until finally Stewie gets some sort of an answer. But unless he's got a 1v5 in store for us, this is Navi kicking off the CT side with a pistol round win.
Yeah, one of the reasons it's kind of dangerous to come in with that much utility is for the reason we just saw. You know, Fallen losing a duel to Simple peeking down mid at like in between timing. That's going to happen sometimes, and that can be like $1,000 and, you know, a really big part of your strategy out the window without any chance. And then they had 2 more sets of utility, but then we had the timed grenades on Banana, and this ongoing battle between Stewie Perfecto and the rest of the CTs. It ends with Stewie dying, no more kills. But then these late grenades that came through as they came through the top of Banana, plus the 3-player stack that they ran into, 1 boosted in CT spawn, no one dying on the hold. I mean, what can you say? It was pretty much a perfect pistol round from Navi.
Yeah, easy headshot, jumps into the smoke, he snaps that one. Perfecto, because of those players close on smoke, had nothing but a shooting gallery ahead of him. So an easy pickup for Navi to kick off Inferno. We get that 3 SMG sit up. Single flash on Stu, no upgraded pistols. Team Liquid very much holding on to their money for the next one.
Potential for him to pick it up. Maybe they'll just wait to see if they win around and he can get one dropped. Boomich 1 for 1. Oh, recovery grenade double. Perfecto from the back.
You take those.
Some good compensation. And will they continue with the punish?
Flashbang ends up working out, at least able to overwhelm Boomich, but the frag grenade really just clawed everything right back. So any chance they had, denied by Perfecto, who's off to the 6-0 start, 2 rounds deep. Shrapnel really hit that second guy.
One thing that makes the map scary, so Navi play this map at a top tier level without playing it in a very optimized way. So they don't push a lot, they don't always get the information you need, but they play with the right amount of aggression sometimes, and they just have so much firepower that they can get away with it. It's very, very quick to rotate and gamble a lot, so it can be kind of complicated to say what's a correct call to play versus them, and it makes your T-side very scary when you know that they're always willing to just move and rotate. No, it can be totally hot or cold. Sometimes they'll put up huge numbers holding B and take lots of risk, and sometimes, you know, that'll fall flat and they'll lose the game because of it. So it's really a unique style of Inferno. It doesn't always work, but it's really on Navi to show us which kind they're going to bring today.
Apartment's given over early. Liege sees nothing, leaves it to Naf. Fallen's got the molly for short side, but nobody's playing forward here from Navi. It's just Simple peeking the side of Arch, leaving his other 2 A defenders to sit back closer towards the balk. Simple eats a flash, falls off slightly, but of course still sticks around and may very well go into a bit of a peak here. Stewie, he's got his back turned, and a Liege, well, he's the casualty, but Stewie quick trade frag. Nobody on Arch does pull bit back. He's drawn over with that and now Team Liquid look to sink their teeth into short side. Good AK challenge here for Naf, definitely favored in the duel, but Bit does a good job of closing that distance and getting up close and personal. Stewie's going to get his 2nd kill, and A-Site has fallen in the first gun round of Liquid.
Not bad. Good couple of entries, they get in. Stewie plant the bomb, or sorry, Fallen will plant the bomb. So he's always got the bomb on his back. I was going to have to get used to seeing him in that Liquid jersey. That's a little bit of a strange sight, but yeah, super clean stuff. They had the keys once they got that Arch trade as well. They could have wrapped around to site that way, and it's a situation where, you know, the B players weren't pushed, so they weren't making any hasty rotations. Comes down to the site hold, and Simple only gets a single kill. So that's nice. They can upgrade 1 gun. They'll probably keep on with these 2 Galils. I don't think are there any guns they can upgrade to? Surely there's an M4.
No, there was just umps and a FAMAS.
Oh, okay.
I think most of the SMGs were over on A.
Right, it's a total bonus round here. Let's see where it takes us now. Into round number 4. Liquid, they're going to be happy they won that, but there's still 2 saves, and they know now Navi are going to continue to buy. Very low incentive to go for the retake. Somehow Fallen gets that kill in the pit. Looks like the bicycle, maybe the bicycle he was spamming at.
All right. I was thinking to myself, how does Electronic fall so easily? A great player inside of pit normally takes one with him. Not in that round, but now the M4s are indeed out. Simple on the A1S.
Yeah, don't copy Simple.
Don't try it, kids. Listen, there was a phase in like the last bit of 2020 where he was taking the silencer off the USP just for shits and giggles. He better not do it with the rifle. That's a little bit much.
I don't know. Ooh, did Sui get spotted?
Раз.
Grenade there to try to punish him. He didn't realize it either. All right, see how the approach is.
Раз.
Double
Так.
first. Boomich, who can sometimes stick around. Decides to fall back to the Stewie looking to lead the charge here. Down to half health already.
Вроде нормально, вроде работает.
Little bit
Хороший
messy.
звук.
I guess they get the information that they want, but yeah, you know what? It didn't cost them that much utility. It looked like it did, which is kind of the perfect mix, right? So we'll see if what the CTs think of this. Felt the execution was coming through. Now they're thinking about a fake. See how they don't have any information. This is just how Na'Vi play. But for the T side, they're scared. They're racking their brain. Like, are we running into a stack or not?
Раз, два.
Get all the closer towards the CT spawn, and Boomich, perfect. Gets his kill first. Stewie doubled the man on the back of the bomb site. So it's Simple who could stop something if he decides to take a chance. Naf fires back to get that man advantage. 35 health between Naf and Elige combined. Puts a bit of pressure on Fallen here in the post plant because Na'Vi, they're knocking on the front door. As that smoke grenade's still up on CT cross, they both get closer towards construction. Electronic with eyes behind, but there is no flank in place. Bit contemplates his options and looks to walk away. This seems like Liquid are going to tie up at 2.
Couldn't even confirm that damage on Nafly, even though it seemed like he felt like it was there. Oh no, the save get punished by Fallen, and that's majority alive for Liquid. 2 rounds, 1 in a row, and a real rifle round 1 versus Na'Vi. So, you know, a point for pride, just a round win in general, something good for the economy. Very important round to win. This is a hold that didn't go so hot. 2 for 2 on the trades. It was like just kind of marginally good, but then here's the swing kill, right? Simple stays there. If he wins his duel versus Nafly, then the bomb planter's in danger. It's the man disadvantage suddenly. And look at this. We've got Na'Vi now having to save. CZ in hand a bit. It's the best gun that we've got available. Unless you like the 5.7. I mean, maybe the 5.7 is better,
I was going to let it slide, but I was like, oh my God.
I had to reread the
Wrong.
icon.
5.7.
I couldn't tell if that was a USP with no silencer on or something.
Listen, you're a Counter-Strike expert. What's your hot take? It's not much to talk about yet.
Takes too long to build a CZ.
Yeah, agreed. Still only has a $100 kill reward as well. I feel like Valve forgot they nerfed it. Just haven't brought it back.
It's also a weird way to nerf a gun, because like you're always going to take the round win over the, you know, reward for getting a kill.
Evidence that they didn't know how to fix the problem.
Yeah, it definitely made it a Frankenstein weapon. It's got some cool skins though. Really like the CZ. Sag.
Poor Boomich over on the B site solo. Only with the USP. But very timid stance here from Liquid, not looking to make any early mistakes. It's the right thing to do. Play it properly.
You're always scared. You're always scared versus Na'Vi. Like, you never know what they're doing. Look, oh my God. Oh, okay, Naf. They were both kind of pre-aiming, so aiming slightly off. Yeah, Bit comes through with the trade, and this is a bit weird for Team Liquid because they know that this guy could be in halls. Okay, yeah. Bit. You're up the bat. You've got an AK, and you're not too shy at the moment. Oh, he also gets another kill. That is a 4v3 situation in favor of Na'Vi now.
Elige, he decided to go for the space creation as opposed to taking back the AK. He could have hunted down Bit. Instead, he positions himself in pit. And we have 3 kills for this counter-terrorist right here, still lurking, looming in the apartments, and weapons to be picked up by the other members of Na'Vi. This is costly when it really shouldn't. Elige, he better lock down this round because these 2 CTs coming up from short side, they're the ones who are well equipped, and he throws the flash for the peek, blinds himself. Fallen just cowering back into the corner of the bomb site. Perfectly timed peek from Elige. Fallen wide swing. He's going to have to get this clutch. But Bit with an ace makes it costly, doesn't take the round, but that's what you said. Versus Navi, you should always be scared.
Damn. They left him unattended for just a second in the halls, and he really squeezed water from Stone. That was so nice from Bit. Every moment of that play, it's the refrag and then the continuation kill. So here's where he gets the gun initially. And this is a spot where I think at some point this third player that he kills was holding for him for a second, and Stewie, and then he went to turn to get the frag on Arch, and that's when he went out for the kill as well. Look, staying very close to all of his teammates, kind of using them as bait, considering he's got the better gun every single time. Always delivering the refrag. Very, very cool stuff. I wasn't too impressed with, you know, Bit coming onto the team. It didn't really feel like he was given a lot of structure in terms of where he was playing on CT side. But of course, we see why he's picked up, right? It's kind of like the Honda thing. Like Honda yesterday got 3 aces in 3 maps and ended the series with 60 or so ADR. You know, not an extraordinary overall performance, but really huge highlights because, you know, the lack of chemistry, but the abundance of talent.
Liquid very much coming out on top of this early damage exchange on Banana. That was Boomich naded to 14. Bit got wallbanged by an op. And then they fall back off of it, not wanting to offer over an early kill. So we'll see Team Liquid try to take this B site yet again. Stewie, the front runner. Utility starts to get committed. Boomich, low HP, still able to take one. Smoke in front of the site, and they don't actually get that trade frag. So now the damage that they had in their favor goes back the other way. And Navi, they're in a good position, but Grim will pick up his kill. A bomb plant comes through from Fallen. CT's close already towards Tree. Look at the health of half of Liquid, though. This is not a prime position for a post plant. Smoke goes out from Bit. They've got still 2 flashbangs on their backs. Electronic looking for his first kill of the first map. Rounds the corner, straight into the scope of Fallen. Bit can't get that second kill, despite the clean first trade. And Simple, this op far too valuable to take such a mighty risk. He will leave with it. And we've got Liquid now leading 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, they do surmise the entries. It costs them some HP, but that's kind of it. And it looks like they're trying to hunt down Simple. And I think they're not going to be very quiet about it. They really do want to put the pressure on him to get this op down. You'd be hard pressed to believe he's just going to miss a dry op or dry rifle peek like that. But here it is. Let's relive those entries. Grim coming in, trading out Boomich as well. Inside of the ruins, this is really, really well done, and nice. We get an op shot in from Fallen on the T side just to confirm he will be opping in a side of a map that not everybody opts on these days. So good stuff. They're gonna be happy about that one.
So far, so good, but there is still that op to deal with. Simple. Will he be unleashed?
It's the other thing, like, we have some roster moves like, you know, Alex not opping or opping on Cloud9 over Woxic, but, you know, he's not an opper that we know of as somebody who is like top tier versus all, like, is he going to out-op Ziwu, for example, like his former teammate or some of the other top oppers in the world. But with Fallen, you know, he has the capability to be a, you know, top 1 opper in the world, you know, on his best day. So that's probably something that feeds into the decision of picking up a player like him as well. It's like potential. It's like, if we give him the right environment, do we get that potential? And I can kind of see what Liquid see in that regard.
Yeah, I feel like most of the top oppers have at one point or another given credit to Fallen as being an op to learn from. Just a player in general to learn from. A seasoned vet. With a trophy cabinet to go with it. But we get Team Liquid back into this creeping crawl, trying to avoid the landmine that is Simple's solo op. Currently sits close towards this CT spawn. Stewie's gonna make contact with it, but he throws down the smoke, so it would have to be good timing, and there was suddenly just a chance. Imagine that collateral. Instead, they're gonna round into the bomb site, and early CZ damage. Good stuff here from Bit, but of course, the rifles prevail. And then all of a sudden, Simple's op seems far too valuable again. If you saved it last round, save it a second time. Grandfather it forward as Team Liquid. Early T-side success. We're looking at a 5-2 lead, 7 rounds deep.
Yeah, really nice stuff. I mean, it's super simple, you know, Inferno. They're not dying early. They're taking some damage on Banana, but the refrags in the site have been pretty good so far. Like, it's not been like they're overrunning the sites at all times, but they're at least going 2 for 2 and then having a successful post plant or getting Na'Vi to just save without even trying, sometimes getting the kills after the fact. They're doing a good job of leaving Simple as last alive on a few of these rounds, meaning they're just avoiding where he is. And yeah, they've got some versatility. They're hitting A sometimes, B sometimes. They're not just doing the same thing every single round. So far, pretty simple stuff. And yeah, to be honest, I think, like, you know, Na'Vi style, their CT side of Inferno, I think it should be punished. I think sometimes it doesn't always get punished because of the talent they have, but I think it's on them to try to adapt to what we're seeing, which is just clean, you know, fundamentally sound Counter-Strike by Team Liquid.
And the first pause called by Na'Vi. So time to talk things out. What are they discussing at the moment?
We got Beth Harmon looking at the chessboard on the ceiling, trying to work out the next pattern. I think, oh, we're about to get his longest yeah boy ever. Perfecto. Deep breath.
Boomich, turn some lights on.
Yeah, let's get the LAN environment going.
Do you think you think Bit repainted his walls the Na'Vi yellow after he got picked up, or was that before he got hired?
Well, that's why he got picked up, of course.
Okay,
so
it was in the contract.
Yeah, he did his interview like, whoa.
I don't know what it is. Something about you, kid.
I think you've got what it takes.
We're back into the gun round. So Na'Vi, did the math.
I think Na'Vi are talking about Banana.
Okay.
They've got to be talking about Banana.
Sure.
This can sometimes be a conversation just between Boomich and Perfecto. Like, what are we going to do? They just don't want this to be a liability.
And that's where they threw Simple.
Okay. Oh, is he there?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Sitting on Banana. Op in hand. Yesterday, Anders and Semler coined a new term. The frag grenades down Banana. Anders asked, why don't we call this the banana bomb?
What about the banana flambe?
Yeah, that's like Molotovs.
Molotovs, okay.
You know, the heat.
Oh, like banana bombs are actually a thing. Okay, we're gonna get this kill. That's a nice shot on the Stewie. They punish finally. So finally, we get a late attempt from Liquid after they come up after some early grenades.
Yep.
And Na'Vi are finally still waiting there to try to get the kill. But look at this.
Good answer. Yeah. Gets his kill on top of the player, or rather to the player on top of Perfecto. And then it's traded back. So good job by Na'Vi. Both the setup towards Banana to get a 5 versus 4, and then the setup on short A to maintain it as we watch Liquid try to go into the response. Now, it's about dealing what's normally in position. Boomich back behind the sandbags. He didn't get tagged up this time. He has been consistently hit by frags and Molotovs, and now he can play it like he likes to. Oh, Fallen creeping into this, though. He seems to have him, and so suddenly we are right back to the 3v3, but there's not enough time to redirect here. 20 seconds, and Simple, smoke and face, has to let them cross over. So a bomb plant and a retake attempt perhaps from Na'Vi. They've got the utility on Electronic, and Simple's position has got him information and a kill. There is still that moment, though, that has allowed for Grim to cross back into the dark, and Naf, he's going to get that quick headshot. So it's on Naf and Grim versus Perfecto and Electronic. Time ticking quick, bomb halfway gone, and the utility starts to sail over. Naf's going to swap into the AWP, shoots back, and holds off. CT's kind of taking their time. It's really going to come down to the wire.
Got a stick.
They have to. No other option.
They can.
Naf, he's going to try to challenge, but the smoke's in his face. This was so calculated by Na'Vi. Playing it down to the wire. They get their retake. 5 rounds to 3.
The late smoke, I guess, is just enough. Just completely blurs their vision. There's no way to actually challenge. Here's the opening kill. We'll relive that on Stewie, and I don't blame Liquid for coming up a little bit dry to the top of Banana after a few rounds where they've gotten away with it, because every time you don't throw a grenade, that's map control without getting telegraphed. That's one rotation that doesn't come in. So I respect it. It's Na'Vi who just constantly is leaving that open over and over again. So now I don't think they'll make that mistake again, and we'll take this game to the next level finally.
I think Grim dying in dark corner is actually what cost them that post plan. I mean, Naf's reposition came back to bite them as well with that smoke grenade in his face and the 2 CTs able to cover. But, you know, when we're talking milliseconds on that defuse, Grim could have very well been the anchor. Instead, goes for the challenge. Electronic scared him out of the corner with a few shots to the wall. Got the duel he wanted, and the round Na'Vi needed.
Molotov designed to push Simple back. Any Opper that wants to sit around the porch. It's a bit shallow. And there's a smoke down on lane as well. So they throw a follow-up one just to make sure that no one can press up. They immediately jock for top bracket control. The CTs are not here to re-aggress, even though that should be something that's on their mind. Again, just tons of control here for the terrorists. And Elige, he'll start to clear out angles, look for electronic maybe on the bike, players on site, anyone in graveyard to make a mistake, and he's getting really close.
Yeah, he's climbing the monkey bars. Simple trying to keep this angle into Apps. He sees the elbow. Nafly arguably lucky to be alive. Electronic gets the better of Fallen. Elige finds Simple. And Electronic now resides inside the smoke, but Elige blasts him away, and Grim simultaneously killing off the rotate in the form of Bit. Big moves by Elige. Getting Simple off of the bomb site. If Simple gets that kill onto Naf, then maybe things look different, but sure enough, Electronic can't do more.
Honestly, what just happened here, right? Like, they got that Electronic kill. Who even just came through the smoke? Oh, I see. He was very exposed.
Found him crawling. That's one of those moments where you think it's like...
I thought he was totally covered, so...
I thought to myself, I'm like, damn, Elige, homing missiles in that AK, but no. The only thing that was in that smoke was Electronic's head.
Yeah. I'd really like to see a situation here where there's like more kills, maybe on the brackets, supposed to like all on the site like this, because just a consistent thing that's happened. But yeah, as soon as things don't work out too well over on B, they take it back to A site. They still got that in their back pocket, and Navi need to find an answer for that side of the map as well. I think on the bright side, they're usually keeping their Opera in the right location. Like Simple had the right read in the last round. This round now, that's something that's changed a bit. But they've got to refrag better. I mean, what more can you say?
Economy yet again on the line here. If Team Liquid can win a 7th round right here, right now, they are looking at a dominant first half. Molly's exchanged yet once more. Stewie to the front, and there's the peek. Boomich, double kill.
There we go.
Big pickup. Off of the flash from Perfecto, Boomich connects the dots.
Maybe the first time they've tried the late re-aggression. And now they have the rights to turtle if they want to. What'll happen in the 3-on-5? It's not out of the realm of possibility. We had, what, one trade on the last site hold on A and late rotation, so I wouldn't put it past Liquid to be able to pull this out, even though it's kind of unlikely. There's still only 3 CTs here.
Elige tries to fluster the player inside of the pit. His own. This is a big line to Elige as he just flies down into the site. Bit, now the pressure's on him, and Fallen takes it. We have gone from the 3v5 back to the 2v2. Stewie may have died early on, but Simple also falls without a kill to his name. Electronic tries to move into Little Pit, knowing Electronic is up in the apartments. Or rather, Elige. Who then just swoops right down in onto him. So, all right. Bit of a weird situation. This A site falls again without very successful trades, if not any kills at all. And now Naf, he's blinded, but doesn't matter. Fallen, he's performing excellently. And this crossfire closes what was a 3v5 on the A site.
Oh, they didn't clear Naf out properly. They had the flash thrown. He was full blind. They jumped up on the scooter, specifically to get some information probably there. And here's Elige to jump out and get the kills on site. It's kind of dysfunctional with Navi right now. Here's a situation, it's 5v3, 3 players on site, and you can like telegraph that they could potentially lose based on how bad their A site holds have been. Even though I said it, I didn't really believe it. I thought they'd at least, you know, get 1 or 2 trades, but yeah, it's just as disappointing as I guess their darkest thoughts were telling them right after Boomich got those kills. That was supposed to be a free round. That's not something you can really explain. And you kind of are, you know, you've got your A players communicating with each other, coupling up and discussing what they want to do. And depending on how much information they get, it can affect a round over on the A site. But they're usually far enough away that the A site players and B site players are separate, right? They're kind of communicating with themselves. What kind of setup do we want to do this round? How do we want to hold the site? But it feels like we've got some ideas over on B, but not so many ideas over on A. Kind of the same stuff and just lackluster holds over and over again. So, I mean, this round, it's just simple with an M4 and the rest on pistols. I'm looking for this next round to see some new, maybe innovations to try to stop the attack.
Damn, Team Liquid off to the races. Fallen currently the kill leader for Liquid as well, 9 and 6. And he's been in some pressured spots too. That 2v2 in the depths of the bomb site last round when he was coming around short corner as well. Bit kind of had his number, but Fallen just slowly creeps into it. Doesn't jump the gun. Hits the one shot he has to get that bomb down and succeed in the post plant. Fallen now throwing out his smoke utility, sailing into the A site, where we do still have majority numbers. This is Simple and Bit going for a boost outside of library. So Simple's M4 on top, and the Deagle just beneath it. But just because they throw the early utility doesn't mean they commit. 40 seconds left to the clock, and we see Liquid starting to sniff out Banana. We'll see if this draws out a rotation or creates an opening. Again, just that one M4 on the field for Na'Vi. Smoke perfectly timed. At the 30-second mark, that forces Liquid back to the A site, which is exactly what Na'Vi need. This is Simple's round to go big. Or the two pistol players inside of the site create some kind of a wrench in the work. Simple, he is going to get that first kill. Naf easily trades. Electronic now pops up, but the CZ betrays him. And Naf with the drive-by, Tech-9, 10 seconds. And that bomb's gone down. Still the 3v3, but Fallen's kill on Simple, that's the big one.
And now a very, very unlikely situation as the CTs will begin to fall back already. They've recovered the M4 that they can take into the next round, but it's another round one from Liquid. And hey, we're looking at well-directed CS right now. You know, I can talk about Na'Vi's problems, but it's the team that's exploiting those problems that also needs some love. Like, Liquid are moving well with the clock. They're being versatile when it comes to A and B site. They're picking different timings for their attack. These anti-ecos are even looking quite structured, and yeah, there's never been like kind of a very, very disappointing situation where they've just totally messed up. And Alish does die with the extra damage from Boomich, so that's a nice win. Small victory. But it's a jovial Team Liquid right now, which you do love to see. Stewie did say that the Fallen is one of the best teammates he's ever played with. He said he's not toxic, has never said anything negative really on the team. And I believe every last word. From every time I've met him to interviews that